the time, and much of them are gonna be ashamed of themselves. I hope this video will be of some help. But I don't necessarily mean by all the, if you see a watch, that's evidence of a watchmaker. You can't see the wind, but you can feel it. How do you know you can trust your thoughts? There's got to be more to life than just this.
Yeah, and because we see a universe, there must have been a universe maker. Then who created the universe maker?
God lives in another dimension. Our living conditions
Prove
are just
it.
right. Or from galaxies to DNA, everything is so complex and design type arguments. No. Far better than all that. You folks keep on asking for evidence all the time. I would be more than glad to give the slam dunk evidence to you. Evidence which you, sadly, were never introduced to in your youth.
Eye2EyeIIIV. I was born and bred in England, and I went to a state-run, publicly funded school. And when you go to a state-run, publicly funded school, you must attend church service almost every single day.
But I feel like I shouldn't give it. Because folks like you, deep down, do not even want it at all.
Because you know, it would lead to a circumstance and matter of having to humble yourself, and especially where you'd have to get on your knees, and say, Lord, I realize that I'm a sinner, etc.
If there by some amazing miracle that you could prove to me that the God of the Old and New Testament actually existed, I'd show him that. Why? Because he ordered Moses and his band of thugs to massacre the Amalekites. The Canaanites was massacred and the Midianites was massacred. Lot's wife, the 42 children in 2 Kings. Save all the virgin girls, the Amalekite virgin girls. What were they good to be kept for? Cleaning the latrines?
But you've already got a closed mind, and prior commitment to serve this egotistical attitude of yours, that the world revolves around you,
The world revolves around me, and that's an egotistical attitude. The more I study about physics and cosmology, the more I'd come to realise that I am just a tiny little piece of fleck upon a piece of fleck upon a piece of a little fleck that goes round an immense galaxy, one galaxy among hundreds of millions. And yet you claim that your God is personally interested in you and what you do with your sex organs. And you call me egotistical.
Descended from some dumb animal and smart enough to think for yourself and have got a lifestyle to serve. This type of fallacy is really doing nothing but degenerating generations of people. And it's getting worse.
But for those of you watching this, if you want to take a look at the slam dunk evidence for yourself, just go over to the more info section on the right.
This is hard work, but the only alternative is prejudice, which is judging before getting the facts. Friend, you have only been brainwashed by Darwin, falsely called science. You are using it to support your humanistic ideas, just like Dr. Dino had been saying.
Dr. Dino, is that Dr. Dino the Kent Hovin? The same Kent Hovin that in his PhD starts off with, "Hello, my name is Kent Hovin." Is that the same Kent Hovin we're talking about? Yeah, the same Kent Ovin that seems to think we're aged by the simple fact that we are exposed to ultraviolet light from the sun's rays, or X-rays from the sun's rays from the sun, except on cloudy days. Oh, you think I'm misquoting him, do you?
Many folks don't realize, though, we're getting X-rayed by the sun right now. The sun's X-rays are coming right through that roof, right through your body, and blowing you full of holes inside the building. Except on cloudy days, because water stops X-rays.
No. Actually, clouds are about as effective as stopping X-rays as tissue paper is at stopping artillery shells.
And your skin feels the full force of those X-rays. You're getting blasted with millions of holes all day long, every day of your life. Your body has to fix the damage. No big deal. You do it all the time. You don't even think about it. But after 50 or 60 or 70 years, everybody around you starts to notice you are losing the battle for damage control. Your skin begins to wrinkle up.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Creationists think that aging is caused by X-ray damage. Even if we hadn't known the cause of aging for over 30 years, it must be clear to even the most menial of intelligence that this statement is bullshit.
Along, and I in particular am only trying to help you get out of the mess you're in, and perhaps even trying to help save your neck. Those miracle days are over, or never happened, you say. Well, think again. That's not true. They have been occurring all over the world all the time. There are great revivals going on in those who are deeply committed to letting Jesus into their lives. This is apparently happening in much parts of Africa and Asia as I'm talking to you now.
Yeah. Parts of Asia and Africa where they're undereducated and easily led.
God is able to do far beyond and above what we think he can do. You have not, because you ask not is still true today. No offense, but I bet you don't experience any of this in your neighborhood, or your life, or whatever, simply because you already shut God out and spent in his face a long time ago.
Point number one, there's a church just 300 yards down from where I live. I go past it every day when I go to the shops. That's point number one. Point number two, I have a brother and a sister-in-law that are devoutly religious.
And your spiritual bond with him is at the moment dead. You don't really find God because you in no way intend to try and search for him yourself. It would be easy if God were to just reveal himself to us right now, but perhaps we ought to acknowledge that it would be a much better responsibility for us to try and search him out for ourselves.
And yet you say your God is omnipotent and omniscient. He can do anything and he knows everything. So if he's omniscient, omnipotent, he made me the way I am. And he also knew when he made me that I would be skeptical of his existence. And he can do anything, can he? Omnipotent, yes. Omniscient. Omnipotent, yeah? Alright, okay, here we are. God, show me you exist. Hello. Hi. I'm here, God. No reply.
This is certainly not to say, turn to religion. Religion is cancer to the world.
Religion is man-made, satanic, and corrupt. It is a bunch of occults leading into hell. Satan invented it. What makes Jesus set apart from religion is that it appears that God is truly alive and capable of communicating with his followers.
Whereas other gods can't do that because they are only made out of stone and don't exist.
Once again, he's capable of communicating with his followers, and that one of those followers is namely you. So what did he say to you last time?
Jesus